here tonight. It's going to be great.
Nominated 3 nominations tonight, which is absolutely huge and so deserved. You've joked about being that girl, but it is actually literal fact. Has the reality of being that girl set in even more with something as official as these 3 Grammy nominations?
Absolutely. I think it set in the moment that I just walked through these doors. It's all feeling very real. I'm very present.
I love the breathing exercise that you do at the end of Janelle is a River. I also love a little breath work moment. Can you walk us through the inhale, exhale? Like, what's the key?
You know, I'll give you something quick. Sometimes I like to think about negative self-beliefs, negative energy, and I take it and I literally pull it out and I go, shh.
Oh, I love that.
And I release it.
And release.
Very simple.
Release. And it's so beautifully said and so true, right? You just sometimes set the intention of letting it go.
Let it go.
You have described yourself as the hip-hop Madonna.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about where that sort of framing comes from, and what would you say to Madonna? Maybe she's watching. Maybe
Madonna is iconic. She's also a Leo, and I'm a Leo too.
Okay,
I love me some Madonna. And so when I think about hip hop, I would say like I'm the hip hop Madonna. Okay.
Period. And I gotta wrap. I know, but this look is everything. How do you feel tonight? What can you
I feel incredible. I'm in Tom Brown, head to toe. I feel like a doll.
Yes, stunning, powerful. Now, you've joked that you were the only man nominated in your category. You got Charlie, Ariana, Madison, of course. Having dreamed of being a pop star since you were a little kid, does it feel like all of the pop star dreams are coming true being in their company?
1000%, especially as well being a gay pop star. Like, I mean, come on, those are my girls. Like, I feel like I'm living like every gay man's dream at the moment, and I'm well aware of it. So I appreciate it. I'm very grateful.
Yeah, you are living all of our dreams. Sign me up. Now, of course, you co-headlined the Sweat Tour with Charlie XCX. So I want to know, when y'all weren't on stage, when you weren't working, what was the wildest, brattiest memory or time that y'all had on tour?
I'm not going to give details, but I'm going to say Miami.
Oh, he just dropped a city on me.
Just period Miami. That was a crazy time.
Honestly, all you have to say is Miami in my mind.
That tells the story. That's all you need to know, yeah.
Goes 1,000 places. Now you're also an actor, so I'm curious to know, when you think about the big picture where you'd love to see your career go down the line, is there any sort of role that you'd love to tackle? Anything you'd love to take on the challenge of?
Yeah, I think for me, acting has always been something where, like, because I have my day job of music, I feel so lucky that I have, like, I can choose kind of thing, what's inspiring to me. And so honestly, I have no idea what it is right now, but I'm just kind of like always on the lookout for the next thing that's going to scare me, you know?
Okay, so you like to feel that fear and push through it.
With acting, I feel it all the time. It's like the most terrifying thing that I can possibly imagine. So, yeah, I don't know why I do it, but yeah.
I love hearing that. I think that's incredible and impressive. You've collaborated with so many of the pop girlies nominated tonight. Is there anyone that you'd love to team up with that you haven't yet?
Oh, wow. I mean, Gaga, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah, Doechii. Like, there's so much. Yeah. One thing I started doing this year is I started sending, like, fan mail to people. Like, I 100% like slid into Doechii's DMs. And, like, yeah.
Wait, do we need to make that connection happen tonight? Have you two met in person yet, or is this the moment?
I don't think we've ever met in person. We were on the same label, and I feel like we have orbited each other. We follow each other. We speak on Instagram occasionally. But I'm excited to see her tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that, and I cannot let you go without just taking a moment for everything that is happening right now. How do you feel in this look? Tell me everything.
This is like maybe one of my favorite looks of all time that I've ever worn. It's full custom Prada, and I'm really proud of it. It's got my little initials on the scarf. You have my permission to zoom in. You can zoom in.
We consent. Okay, into the monogram here.
The little TS.
This is a Defiance custom, and I love the brand already, and I just can tell that they love me too. I feel that energy. It's so important when you're doing something so iconic like this to feel beautiful, and I'm really happy with the way I look, so I'm really grateful.
Well, I'm glad to hear you feel beautiful. You absolutely look it. I'm loving you in it. We're here celebrating your song, Here We Go, which is the lead single off of your upcoming debut album. When we think about the vibe of that song, which I adore, can we expect more of that with the debut album? Where are we taking it?
Actually, I'm super excited because I hope with my debut album that I can continue to push the narrative of what R&B can be. It can be up-tempo. Of course, it can be love songs and ballads and vocals, but I'm trying to dance. I'm trying to yell. I'm trying to scream. I'm trying to cuss a little bit because that's how I feel sometimes, you know? So I'm excited to take R&B through all of those different emotions with my debut album on April 25th.
Wait, okay, so that's what I was about to ask. Do a little check-in.
You gotta put that in there.
April 25th, the debut album is here.
Yes, I won't say a title,
Okay.
but it's really about just embracing every version of yourself and not limiting yourself. Creatively, emotionally, mistakes, life, whatever, girl, live it up. Live it
I
up.
love that. I love that. Now, you have a spot-on Mariah Carey impression. It's like next level. I gotta ask. I just gotta ask. Because you do like a dope whistle tone, right? Like that's an impossible.
Referencing.
Yes, that is exactly what we're referencing. It is near impossible for anyone to pull that off. What would it mean to maybe do a collaboration with a Mariah in the future?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, Mariah, Alicia Keys, Jasmine Sullivan, I mean, so many legends, Brandy. I mean, come on, Destiny. I listen to these women just to remind myself of what can be done, you know? What heights you can reach as a black woman with that voice. So to be able to even get support from them, it just means so much to me. So much.
And you mentioned not wanting to be put in a box, being able to explore and do it all, and you are perfect proof that that is absolutely possible. We also love you on Bel Air, right? Wicked was a huge musical this year, so I'm curious, would you ever do a movie musical?
I would absolutely do a musical. You know, I did a Broadway play when I was 17 in New York. It's my first time like living by myself.
Yeah.
And I loved that challenge. It was hard. Oh my God, it was hard. But it's such a real way to tighten and strengthen your muscle because you don't get but one take, so you better eat. And I would love to do a musical.
I see that for you.
And film would be amazing.
We're manifesting that. We're claiming it, okay?
The album, musical, it's Coco's World. Come get into it.
Here she is, the incredibly talented and beautiful Shakira. You look fabulous. Thank you.
I love that color.
Thank you so much. Is it hot pink?
I have pink, yeah.
Okay, all right. I really appreciate that, Shakira. First of all, it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Now, I'm curious to know, is tonight a celebration, taking the stage? Is it a gift to yourself, or with all of the hard work of the rehearsals, is this a gift to us?
Oh my God, it's a gift to me, I'm sure, because you know, 5 years ago, I was at the Super Bowl, also on my birthday.
Okay.
So it's a coincidence that these big moments always happen on my birthday. Maybe it's some sort of a heavenly present or something.
Yeah, meant to be.
Yeah, I mean, I've had amazing times on this stage, and the last time I was on this stage, it was just one of the most unforgettable experiences.
Yeah.
So I hope that tonight will be one of those to remember as well.
Absolutely, I'm sure it will be. You know, you've said that there will be howling on the new album, which I love. We love our she-wolf Shakira too. When you think about that era, all those years ago, and where you are now, what's the biggest difference for you?
I think I've grown a lot. I've learned so many lessons, you know. Life hasn't been always kind, but it's been a good teacher. So the she-wolf's still here.
Yeah. Oh, the she-wolf is still here.
Yeah.
Let them know, Shakira.
Let them know. I'm gonna be howling. Actually, less than 2 weeks because my tour starts on the 11th of February in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Incredible.
And then I'll be in the US in May, but it's a stadium tour, and so I'm pretty excited about it. I've been working like, I wouldn't say like a dog, but like a she-wolf.
but like a she-wolf. What can folks expect with the tour? What are you excited to bring to those performances that maybe the fans haven't seen before?
You know, it's the biggest tour of my career. There's so much of my repertoire of so many years that I'll be able to bring on stage. And tonight, I think you're gonna have a little sneak peek of what I'm gonna be doing on tour.
Okay. Well, I cannot wait to see what happens on the stage tonight. I won't keep you. I know you've got to get in there. Have so much fun and happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Of course, love. My darling Cynthia Erivo, how are you, my love?
Very, very good. Thank you for asking. Yeah.
You are performing tonight. What does it mean to be taking the stage, particularly on such a special and meaningful evening?
For today, it really means a lot to me because it's not just performing. I get to honor the late, great Quincy Jones, who I knew and who means a lot to me. So to be able to sing the song I'm singing for him means a great, great deal. Mm-hmm. It's a classic by a great. Yeah.
I mean, I felt like you gave me a little bit of a hint. You like, it's a classic, and then you almost went To more, and then you didn't. You took it back.
Feel it yet. I don't know if I should.
Cynthia, it's just you, me, and America.
I mean,
the world.
One. Do I spoil the surprise? I mean, I feel like I'm representing the song right now.
Okay, this is a fun hint.
You know,
We'll take that.
It's very space-esque.
Okay. My mind is going some places. I don't want to ruin it either.
Intergalactic. There's something within the night sky. Within the night
Pushed right
sky.
up into the the heavens. Well, okay. Well, then I won't push too much, but I do want to talk about the fashion, and particularly because it's a hint at what your performance. Break it down for me. What was the inspiration?
Atelier, and we knew I was performing, and so we wanted to do something that felt representative. I always say that I kind of love looking a little bit like an alien, so I sort of wanted to dive deep into that. It's really simple, but the structure and the way it feels is really special. So I loved putting this dress on. It makes me feel very pretty.
You feel very pretty, and you look very powerful too. It's beautiful. You know, I've always got to ask you about the nails because your manicures never cease to amaze me. How long did this one take, Cynthia?
About 5 hours, I want to say. Yeah, which is actually not a long time.
And that's the thing, because you say it like that is...
It's a nice 2 films. You know, it's a couple films. Maybe if you've got a 90-minute film, it's 3 films. But it's a comfortable sitting.
Fair, okay.
Yeah.
Easy 5 hours.
Easy
2
5
films.
hours, 2 films, just a relaxed time.
Speaking of films, we're headed towards the Oscars.
Yeah.
You're nominated. Congratulations. It's so deserved.
Thank you.
I mean, when you think about everything that this role as Elphaba has brought you, what is the biggest change that's happened?
As we were standing here, someone walked past and said that we make the world better for all girls. And I think that's the special thing, the way people feel because they've seen it. How inclusive it is and how it welcomes everyone to search for who they are in their best way. Like what the best version of themselves can be, how brave they can be, and how accepting and forgiving we can be as people. And I think that's what Wicked has done. And it's sort of like, to be associated with those qualities, it feels really great. I hope people can keep feeling that way.
You got is this a cape? Is it a blazer? What? Is there a bow on the back?
It is.
Break it down. Wait, so how hands-on were you with this look? Because it really is incredible. Do you really like sort of get into it with your stylist, or you just trust their vision?
I went straight up to Dior because Kim Jones is a great friend of mine, and you know, all the new collection is not out yet, so it feels great.
Okay, well, you look great.
Everything.
Okay, there it is. This album, the one that you've been nominated for tonight, is the first album that's been released since you became a father. Congratulations. Is there any way in which becoming a dad has shaped your music or changed it?
I mean, I think I have more fun now, and I'm a little bit more precautious when it comes to the lyrics, but I'm not going to stop the fun of the reggaeton also.
Okay.
You know, yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, we talked a little bit about this fashion moment. What I find really interesting and inspiring about you is your creativity extends beyond the music. You've said you would maybe lead a fashion house in a perfect world one day, yeah?
That's a dream, you know. As Latinos, we always have a lot of missions, you know, and mine is not just music. I think culture in general, you know, so it'll be a dream. It's just a matter of time, learn, study, and you'll get there one day.
Yeah, absolutely. Another dream of yours. This one is very interesting to me. You said you want to play a villain, like the bad guy.
Yeah, that'll be a dream.
Jay, tell me everything. Like, what type of supervillain? What is so fun about playing the bad guy?
Because, you know, normally I'm so chill and relaxed, you know, but I have those feelings that I want to let it out. But it's not me. So when I want to, you know, I do need to be a villain and just like let that energy that I might have backing up in my somewhere in my soul, just let it go. It'll be a dream, honestly.
Okay.
It'll be a really bad one.
A really bad villain.
You will hate me if you see me in the streets.
Oh, you have a plan for this character. I'm frightened already.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I got Benson Boone here. Dude, I'm such a huge fan of yours. By the way, you look amazing.
Thank you. You do too. You do too. I like your outfit a lot.
Yeah, I feel like we're showing off some chest hair, some taco meat.
You have a little more chest hair than I do.
I do.
Like slightly.
Listen, you're known for your acrobatics, your backflips. I was wondering, how many backflips did you do when you got nominated?
Since I've been nominated, probably 50.
Okay.
55.
You can be careful.
I do, but I am. I practice sometimes.
You take your shirt off a lot on stage, which I don't blame you, all right? tips for me who doesn't have any upper body strength. What do I need to do to get in your type of shape?
Dude, backflips, truly. They give you some good core muscles, and then just do like an arm workout or two, and you'll be good. You got a good frame.
I got it.
You're great.
All right.
You'll be set.
Oh my gosh, we just got Best Musical Album for Hell's Kitchen. I'm so grateful. I'm so excited. Shout out to the whole Hell's Kitchen musical on Broadway. If y'all haven't seen it, oh my gosh, it's so special. I'm so excited.
And inspired by your life, when you think about this production, what is the most special part about it for you? What are you most proud of?
I'm proud of the tenacity. It took 13 years to bring it to life, and I'm so proud of the continuous work to keep it going and growing. I'm proud of the way people are responding to it. They love it. It is about my experiences growing up in New York, but it's really about a mother and daughter love story. And when you see it and feel it, it's intergenerational. No matter who you are, you're going to fall in love with this story. And that's what I'm proud of. And when you walk off the street, because you're right in Broadway, you're right in the center of Hell's Kitchen, and you feel like you're a part of the show. You know, it's powerful.
Incredible. And not just celebrating that win tonight, you're also receiving the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award. Congratulations. What advice would you give to the Alicia Keys who had yet to begin the journey that would become this insanely impressive career that you've had?
Thank you. I think the best advice just for all my young artists who are continuously finding who you are, just continue to have an open heart and to uplift other people. I think that's a really important part of even tonight. And just be who you are. There's nobody like you. And I think that sometimes we forget. We think we got to be like whoever else, and you are the most special thing. So just be you, and you're going to see that it's going to continue to open doors.
We were just talking about this blazer. What is this made out of? Is this leather?
I'm guessing it's leather, probably recyclable material.
Sustainable materials.
Sustainable materials, there you go. A lot better than what I said.
Okay. No, we'll take it. 5 nominations tonight. You've had such an incredible year. When you think about the Shaboozey of even a year ago, 2 years ago, what would you tell him about where his life was about to head?
Man, just be ready for it.
Yeah.
A roller coaster, honestly. Buckle in, strap in, honestly. That's the best thing I can tell him, man. Because this last year was just something I couldn't have never imagined,
Yeah.
Couldn't have ever imagined. So I'm here, though. Grammys.
You got the Grammys, and you deserve it all. Back in November, you made history. Longest running Billboard #1, tied with Lil Nas X. 1, what did it mean to make that sort of history? And 2, have you two been able to connect about that?
Yeah, man, he's the homie. My birthday party last year, he showed up. We played Old Town Road. We played my record. It was a cool moment to kind of just show that we're here. We're here. We're making history, and hopefully we keep doing it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Someone else who makes a lot of history, Beyonce.
Yeah.
You have 2 songs with her, of course, on Cowboy Carter. This is a huge night for her, as the Grammys always is. She's so iconic. You also performed on Christmas Day. We loved seeing that halftime special. What was the most special part of that moment? What is the most interesting or surprising thing about working with Queen Bee?
Yeah, I think it was she invited us out there 3 days early, and just to watch her do what she does, she's so focused, she's commanding, she's giving instructions, she's there just as much as everybody else is. It's not like an in and out thing. She's there watching playback. Blue's giving notes. It's.
Wait, you said Blue was giving notes?
Yeah, she giving notes, man. She a young director, man. Right. She's a young visionary, young filmmaker. Yeah. I can see it because I direct too. So when I saw her making shot ideas and making scene changes, it was just it was so cool to see them being creative,
Yeah. And you mentioned the fact that you direct also. Mm-hmm. What's next? Sometimes I hesitate to ask that question because I really like to encourage people to sit in the moment of what is happening.
Yeah.
But is there a plan to move into more scripted or directing?
I would love that. That's been a childhood dream of mine. I thought I would actually be a filmmaker, and I got into music because I was like, oh, this is a medium to tell stories just as much as videos or writing or screenwriting. So hopefully all this leads to be able to get the opportunity to do something like that. See one of my ideas come to the big screen is honestly that would be another dream come true.
All right. Well, we're claiming it now. It's gonna happen. We're manifesting. On a much more superficial note, do you know that when you Google your name, the Google screen tilts? It does. How many times have you done it? Tell me the truth.
Yeah, a couple times, but it's just fun to see some people I know and just fans like going on Google and being like, "What's wrong with my phone?" They smacking their phone with their hand, like trying to It's really cool. I shout out the Google team for coming up with such a cool idea.
Now, first of all, on a heavier note, we know that you were personally affected by the wildfires. You've been doing a lot of good helping displaced families in the aftermath. How does it feel? How inspiring is it knowing that the communities are really coming together to support one another right now?
You know, during such a heartbreaking and devastating time, just to see how the community has come together, everyone lifting up and supporting each other, helping each other out, that has just been such a beautiful thing to see. And we are such a resilient town, and I've grown up here my entire life, so I'm going to do everything I can to support the people, families, rebuilding, the pets, everyone. And absolutely. I'm really grateful to everyone who's done the same, and to our firefighters. They are angels and heroes.
Truly are. They really are heroes. Music has the power to heal, and this is a really beautiful celebration, everyone coming together tonight. When you think about the musicians of the last year, who has kind of stood out the most to you? What music or musician has really gotten you through the last year?
Who I really love is Chappell Roan.
Oh, so good.
Every song on her album is so incredible. Her lyrics. My little niece, Teddy, she's 7 years old, is obsessed with her, knows all the dances.
Wait, do you do the dances with your niece?
I'm learning it right now, yes. The hot to go dance. It's very cute. And I was just DJing at this children's benefit we just had, and seeing all the kids dance to her songs was really, really amazing.
Okay, so speaking of really quickly, your debut album came out 18 years ago. We got the second album. If there's a world in which we get a third, what would the vibe be? Is there anywhere you want to take it?
Well, the third album is being written right now.
Oh, are we breaking news? The third album is coming.
You're the first that I've told, yes.
I love it. I'll take it.
So yeah, in the studio writing right now, and I can't wait. I love music. This is like what I was born to do.
Just feeling so thankful and, you know, ready to honor Quincy Jones tonight, and also ready to come together for our music community and give as much financial assistance as possible for those of us who lost everything in the fire. Right. So I'm just here in honor of community and ready to say thank you to Quincy Jones for everything he's given us.
And that's the thing, to be headlining, to be leading this tribute to Quincy. I know that you two had a special relationship. What do you appreciate most about that professional relationship, or maybe even the friendship?
Quincy booked me for Montreux Jazz Festival, and I will never forget meeting him, and he also brought Prince to my show. So after that show, we stayed up till 7 in the morning, went to his restaurant, and he told the most incredible stories. He's one of the only few people who lived through so many decades and generations with the greats, you know, from Frank Sinatra to, you know, Miles Davis to Michael Jackson, you know, and all of his music. When I think about building an album, you know, when somebody says, I want to make Thriller, or you know what that means, and he set the bar, and he's constantly the bar. But what I love most about Quincy when I met him was how he poured into me as an artist and as a human. He pushed me to want to be a better human, because he said, your music is going to sound much better the better you are, and the more you are digging deep inside. And so I just want to come here and say thank you to someone who really gave us the code of conduct when it comes to album making, music making, and human being.
You won your first Grammy last year. What is the biggest way that your life has changed in the year since?
Oh my gosh, it's really hard to just choose one thing. I do feel like just life in the past year has been a whirlwind. It has, just one crazy blessing after another. So it just keeps on getting better and better.
Wait, you gotta pick one for me, Lainey. Like, if you, not to say this is the favorite,
I will say, I mean, taking our first Grammy home last year was definitely a highlight of the year. So many wonderful things have happened.
And, you know, so many people are experimenting with genres now. When you think about the state of country music and where you'd love to see it evolve over the next 5 years, do you have like a hope or a dream for where it goes?
I do. And I'll tell you what, I think what's happening right now is really incredible. I think so many people are finding out about this genre that I have loved my entire life. I grew up in a town of 180 people where country music is life. It's our stories, and it's cool to see people interested in the genre. So I'm glad. And also when you look at the artists, there's a little bit of everything. People who come from different walks of life, different places, have different stories, and that's what it's about right there.
I mean, one of my favorite things about country music, I've always been a fan, is the storytelling, right? And girl, I just gotta say, I've been playing Dirty Looks for the last, no, I swear, have not stopped over the last few days. You started your career earlier on. There were the Hannah Montana impersonations. The only reason I ask is because nominated alongside Miley Cyrus last year and now this year. What would a collaboration, a dream collab, look like between the two of you? Is that something that
I might think about? Pull out my Hannah Montana wig one last time. I'd do anything. No, I'm such a big Miley fan, and I got to celebrate her at Disney Legends this year, and I sang Best of Both Worlds right there in front of her.
I am not mad at it.
It was like I was 16 all over again, and I loved it. I did.
Victoria Monae, you're presenting tonight. Now, last year, you won your first 3 Grammys, including Best New Artist, which is really that coveted category. What's the biggest way that your life has changed in the year that's passed?
I feel like just the lights, you know? I feel like I've been doing the same thing for years, working hard, having my head down, collaborating, making music I love, and the difference is the lights just turned towards me a little bit last year, so.
And we love to see that pivot because the light not on you is an actual crime, so we're here for it. Can we get into this look for just half a second? How do you feel tonight? Tell me everything.
Good, I feel fresh. That's why I went with mint. And I feel, you know, just ready for spring. So I feel like mint is a good color to like usher in spring. I'm ready for the wind to go away, the rain to go away, just like sunlight and freshness.
You're bringing the sunlight. Remember last year, the rain, literally Grammys night. Do you remember how chaotic it was?
I do, because I had to get from the carpet to the show, and I was like, ooh, don't mess up this dress. Exactly.
Now, last year, as I mentioned, you took the crown for Best New Artist. Stacked category this year. It might be impossible for you to pick, but are we cheering on anyone in particular? What do you think about this year's nominees?
Oh my God, I was just at Clive Davis's party last night and some of the nominees for Best New Artist performed, and I'm just like, how it would be impossible to choose between any of them. So I think they're all equally as deserving. Of course, the women have a notch up because I'm a woman and I'm a girl's girl. So the women in the category, hello. But it's such a hard category, and I just hope that whoever wins feels on top of the world, but whoever doesn't feels just as encouraged and knows that they are everything and more too.
Well, I love that you shared that because that was my next question of what advice would you give to whoever does take that crown of Best New Artist on sort of how to navigate what will come with that inevitably?
I think that if you win Best New Artist, the idea is that you do and operate the same way that you did before with the same amount of hard work, hunger, team that you always had. But when the light shines on you, it's just on display now. So I wouldn't change a thing going into next year. Sometimes if you win a category like that, you feel like, oh, the attention's on me, I better like hustle up. But the way that you got there is the way you maintain it. So
tell me about what you're wearing.
This is Valdrin Sahidi. And yeah, I wanted to have something kind of structured, and I sort of put a little mood board together and sent it to my stylist, and they killed it. So.
I mean, amazing. And then the rings as well.
Some bling.
Great.
Yeah, it's the Grammys, you know, you gotta bump it up a little bit.
We're celebrating Bridge Over Troubled Water. Tell me everything about that project, how fun it was to make.
So this was such a special song rendition to do because Jacob Collier obviously is a genius. I've been a fan of him for so long, and we've been good friends over the years too. We actually met at the Grammys in 2017. But he just hit me up. He was like, hey, can you be on this song? My album, like I have to turn it in tomorrow. I'm in LA, can I come over? And I was like, yes, but I only have an hour because I have to do this other thing. So he literally came to my house, my little home studio, and we just knocked it out in an hour. He was like, you know, he had the arrangement pretty much figured out, and we collaborated a little bit on some parts, but he's the type that just, he pushes me vocally, and so it's something I can be proud of. I listened to it, I'm like, wow, like we really came together and made something special. So I'm really grateful to him just for even asking me to be a part of his album.
Yeah, I heard like, you know, he had you do like a bunch of runs and then threw it in there.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. And we recorded the whole thing just, completely a cappella, and then he sort of put his parts in there and moved it around. So I don't even know how he did it. You'll have to ask him. But it's a special one. I'm really honored to be a part of it.
Of all the amazing artists here this year, who's someone who's had like the biggest impact on you as a person and also as in your music?
Oh my goodness. There's so many. I mean, this is music's biggest night. It's so, I don't know why. I know he's best new artist, nominated for best new artist. So he just came into my mind. Teddy Swims. I feel like just this year I'm really inspired by him. I think, is Beyonce gonna be here? Like, I feel like everyone's gonna say her. My goodness. You know what? It's funny because every time I've been to the Grammys, I blank on who's even gonna be here, but I kind of like it because then I just get in there and I'm like, oh my gosh, and just fangirl over everyone. So I'm excited to be surprised.
Last question, dream collab. Who do you got?
Dream collab. That is really tough. I said Teddy Swims already. I'll say him. I think it'd be cool to do something with Adele.
Oh yes. Okay, I can go with that.
Yeah, she's amazing. Like, I love her. So.
Nominated tonight for your songwriting collaborations with Sabrina Carpenter. Iconic album already.
Yes, I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be so special. What was the most special part of teaming up with her on that album?
I mean, obviously the music that I got to make with her, but the memories too. I mean, we got to write a lot of the album in France and Saint Inez and just like kind of all over the world. It's just been so magical.
You know, you got to share a memory with me now. Like, is there a favorite memory from the collaboration process, the vibes, what maybe surprised you the most about working with her?
I think my favorite was we were at a writing retreat with her for her album. And there were donkeys on the property. Oh, so we got to like feed donkeys in the mornings. It was really cute.
What do donkeys eat? Just grass? Hey,
lots of
apples. Absolute duh, apples. Sorry, I've never fed a donkey, but it's definitely on my bucket list now. Is there a specific lyric of Sabrina's that means a lot to you personally? Anything that you wrote or contributed to? What did you just relate to, even if it wasn't?
I think my favorite song that we got to write on the album was a song called Dumb and Poetic. It has a lot to do with my past and definitely, yes.
Yeah. With your past, Dumb and Poetic.
Yes.
Now you also have released new music with Maren Morris.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that. What does this new era of music represent for you?
Well, I'm newly independent, which is very exciting. Thank you so much. It feels so good. And I got to put out a song with Maren, who is so magical. We have a song called Scissors together, and we basically just castrate men in our music video. So
that'll do it.
Look for that one.
I got Britney Howard here. Britney, it's so amazing to see you. I've been such a fan of your solo work and, of course, Alabama Shakes. We're here celebrating your second solo album. I guess my question is, what's the difference between solo Britney and Alabama Shakes Britney?
Well, I feel like when I'm doing the solo stuff, I'm quite literally on my own. So if I sail, that's my responsibility, and if I sink, that's my responsibility. And it's one that I find very adventurous and very fun.
Alabama Shakes recently, you guys said that there might be something coming very soon. Is that true? And if so, do you have any information about it?
I don't have the availability to comment on that at this time, but you know, keep your eyes peeled.
I've always been such a huge fan of your music, your writing, and your guitar playing. Your musicality is amazing. Is there any artists here tonight that you would love to jam with?
So many, so many, most of them. I think when you jam with someone, it's a connection in one soul to the other soul, you know, if you want to keep it real. And so I would like to meet everyone here and to see who I link with when it comes to music.
Let's manifest. Give me a name that you would love to jump on stage with.
Okay. SZA.
All right.
I think that could be fun.
I like that.
Yeah.
You're performing tonight. What does it mean to be taking the stage and such an especially meaningful evening tonight?
I mean, it's really emotional. We ran last night the song, we ran it today, and people were like breaking down crying. I get to perform with Dawes, and I think most people in the music community know that Griffin, the drummer, lost his house and just had a baby. And it's really deeply affecting everybody. And this was my home for 22 years. You know, most of my musical memories are here. And so it's an evening where I feel like people are really here to try to like lift the community up.
Absolutely.
So it's different than the Grammys where it's like all about what are you wearing and who's winning. It's really,
absolutely.
It feels like people are here to really lift up the community.
Absolutely. So well said and so very true. You know, it was 30 years ago that you won Record of the Year, Best New Artist, all of the Grammys. 30 years. I mean, what do you remember most about that time in your life? Maybe even that Grammys night?
Yeah, I mean, that Grammys night really, it changed my life for one thing. You know, there was no social media, there was no internet, I mean, honestly. And so when people turned on the Grammys, that's where people found out what was happening in music, and it really put me on the map. But also I had my 85-year-old grandmother there who'd never been in a limo. And, you know, I'm from a small town, so just it was such a just magical evening. I love the Grammys. You know, it is a celebration of music and hard work and dedication, so I love it.
And tonight, of course, that Best New Artist category is stacked, and I'm sure many of those artists are hoping to have a career as impressive as yours. What advice would you give to the Best New Artists up tonight?
You know, I mean, it sounds pretty typical, but just to, you know, be in it for the love of it, not for the fame, and to, you know, to really dig deep. And, you know, I think you can have a long career still, even though it feels like you can't, you can still do it as long as you just keep, you know, putting back into your career. Yeah, I love it.
Raye, you are a vision, my love.
Thank you so much. So lovely to meet you.
It's a pleasure. Now, I heard that you said you were screaming and crying when you first found out you were nominated for your first 3 Grammys.
Girl, I was a mess.
Yeah?
I was a mess. I think especially as a Brit, you know, there's always this thing about being able to cross over to America, do you know what I mean? And getting recognized at literally music's biggest night.
Yeah. How emotional does it make you knowing that one of those nominations is for Best New Artist, which is pretty much the category?
Girl, the whole thing makes me emotional, girl. I was literally sat in rehearsals earlier crying because I was watching Chappell's performance.
Just moved.
It's all too much. And also seeing people, you know, achieve their dreams. There's nothing quite like it. So I'm just so grateful to be here. Whatever happens, girl. I'm just happy to be here.
You're winning already, period.
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, you're also nominated for songwriting. You're an incredible songwriter. Talk to me a little bit about that, right? Not just for your own music, Beyonce, J-Lo. What do those sort of nominations mean? Acknowledgement for writing?
Oh, they mean everything to me. I think since I was a little girl, it was always 2 career paths. You know, there was artist, Raye, and then Rachel, the writer. Yeah. So I really worked so hard, you know. Trust me when I tell you, I was in the trenches for many years, chipping away at my craft and trying to hustle my way into these rooms. So hard work paying off, it really feels like, to be recognized in that category, yeah.
It's so deserved. Riverdance is my jam, so I gotta ask you about writing with Queen Bee. What was that like?
It was just a dream experience come true. I actually had the pleasure of doing another song with her before on Big L for The Lion King. Yeah. It was just, you know, oh my God, like she's just the artist of our generation. So I think being able to even contribute my tiny little piece to her artistry is just like, come on, man. As a songwriter, it's like, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. I can only imagine. I've heard you want to dip in acting this year. Is that true?
Well, look.
The Oscars are coming up, girl. We can start manifesting. We can put it on the vision board.
If the right thing comes along, I would love to give it a go. I don't know if I'm any good, you know, and I don't want to offend these people who dedicate their entire lives to perfecting the craft. Yeah. But if the right thing come along, I would love to give it my all. Okay. It would really be out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, that's sometimes where the magic happens, though, right? When you push past the comfort zone.
I agree. Yeah.
Escapism went viral on TikTok when you first released it. I'm curious to know, when Raye wants to escape, what do you do?
Well, now it's probably like Mario Kart or, you know,
really
playing card games. Okay. Like just normal
what card games are we talking?
One has a swear word in it, so I'm not going to say. Sevens, nines, blackjack. I love poker.
Oh, you were really about that life.
Like little gamer girl. Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, all right. Well, I got to step my game up. I kind of wrapped my mind around spades, and then I gave up.
Spades, I love spades. But you need 3 dedicated people.
Yeah, they got to be locked in.
You know? Yeah. Like, put your phone away.
I'm here with St. Vincent. I'm a huge fan of yours, by the way. You look amazing. Tell me everything about this look.
This look is, it's an Armani capsule piece.
That was from 91. That one of my favorite 90s supermodels, Christy Turlington, wore. And so I looked through the collection, I was like,
That's amazing.
that's the John. And so we had it remade, and then I'm wearing fancy things from Cartier.
I love it. You know, I think the last time I saw you was performing with David Byrne at the Ryman Auditorium, which was amazing. But you recently got to perform for Fire Aid with Nirvana. Tell me about that experience.
Yeah, I got to kind of be a surprise guest on Fire Aid, which was a few nights ago, and raised a whole bunch of money for fire relief here in Southern California. And I got to sit in with my favorite band of all time, which is Nirvana, and it was really cool.
There's so many amazing artists here. I'm wondering if there's anyone here that you'd definitely want to collaborate with or jump on stage with soon.
Well, I don't want to give anything away. I've had a really lovely time with Britney Howard. So far, she's just a joy. I love Doechie's new record. That really, really slaps. I don't know. And then there's just a bunch of people who I am already friends with and happy to see tonight. So
I'm looking at all the accoutrement that you've got, and I gotta ask you, is that a booty?
It sure is. Because it has space. It has room. You know what I mean? And that's what a clutch is for. Somebody else said clutch the butt. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, what's in the butt?
Lipstick. I think Whataburger, something from Sprouts. Maybe some, dang, what did I get earlier? Some chia pudding. A croissant. No, it's just lipstick.
It's magic. It's a magical butt.
It's a Mary Poppins kind of thing. But
There's so many fantastic artists here tonight. Any dream collabs you'd love to have?
Oh my gosh. I think I'm an admirer too much to even think about, combining sounds. I'm excited to see Don't You perform. I'm excited to see Billie Eilish and Herbie Hancock and Cynthia Erivo. Herbie Hancock would be one that I would love to collaborate with. And I'm playing a show at Disney Concert Hall, my first ever, this Friday, February 7th. And I've invited a whole bunch of people, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm just excited.
All right, Herbie, if you're watching this needs to happen.
Duet, me and you.
Yes, I'm so thrilled. Happy for Sheila, and very happy she invited me to be on that album, which is killer.
And for the song to be one that celebrates one of your heroes, someone that you've admired, right? Celia Cruz. What does that mean to you? Does this make the win all the more special?
Absolutely. That's the reason why I wanted to do that song with Sheila. Celia was my hero. I got the opportunity to sing with her. She was an amazing friend, and I know she was watching us. Thank you, Celia. Gracias. Reina. Yes, she's our queen, so it was very special.
And tonight, of course, there will be a beautiful tribute to Quincy Jones. I know the two of you had a special relationship. Is there a favorite memory maybe that you could share of working with him?
Oh my gosh, there were so many memories with Quincy that were special. But I remember that when we were doing his Juke Joint album, I was on there and I was breastfeeding Emily, who's here with us at the Grammy today. And I said, Quincy, we have to take a milk break. And he goes, all right, that's the first time I've ever heard that said anywhere. Yes.
Incredible. You said anywhere.
Absolutely. That for him, he goes, he'd never heard that one.
And this year we're celebrating the 40th anniversary of Conga. So
yes, I'm so thrilled. Conga, my gosh, I can't believe so much how fast time goes by. But yeah, that song is the song that keeps on giving. It really is. I hear it everywhere.
As you should. It's a really great song. I love it. When you think about that chapter of your life 40 years ago, what stands out the most? What do you cherish most about that chapter?
Oh my gosh, it's just so many firsts, and it's really special every time you come to a Grammys. I remember all the times. We were nominated like 6 times before I actually won for the Mi Tierra album. And every time your heart is pounding and it's in your throat. And the performances, of course, that were always so special. It's still beautiful, and it feels like it was yesterday, quite honestly.
And all these years later, still winning, still taking home those trophies. Congratulations again on tonight's win. Have so much fun celebrating, Gloria.
Thank you so much. We will. And artists, we don't make it for the purpose of winning an award, but it's so nice to get the acknowledgement from your peers, and it's a very special award.
I feel like a ball. Ooh, I know that's right. Big Mama in the building, y'all. You were nominated tonight for that incredible song. Talk to me a little bit about the alter egos. Was Big Mama one that kind of came into being when the song was created? Has Big Mama always been there?
Is it an alter ego or is it just me? I've been Big Mama since I came out. My mom Poom Poom. Yeah, hello.
And really quickly break down the look. Who's it by?
Custom Baltier. You know, styled by Matt and Reggie.
Stunning.
Ashanti on the hair. Yep. VIP.
Ashanti got you all the way together. You look stunning, my love.
Hair smash laid.
Well, I know you've got to get in there and celebrate, so have fun tonight. Thank you, Latto.
Oh, yeah, and me on the makeup.
Oh, did you?
So happy to be here. It's a pleasure.
Now, I got to ask you this first because I heard Santa Marta, inspired by this gorgeous woman right here. It makes you think of your wife. What do you cherish most about her?
First of all, let me just say how lucky I am. Look how beautiful she looks.
Yes, I can see, head to toe.
She's beautiful inside and out,
Yeah.
you know? So I'm very lucky. Lucky to have her, lucky to be here. Santa Marta is a celebration of love, you know? So we need to be positive. We need to lift beautiful women and be romantic. So super proud to be here.
Amen. We need a lot of love in the world right now, so you're right about that. Your album celebrates 25 years of this incredible career of yours, and each track represents a different place that sort of helps turn you into the musician that you are. So this might be an impossible question to answer, but which track and therefore place is the most special to you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, San Juan, you know, it's where I'm from. I'm from Puerto Rico, so San Juan obviously has a special place in my heart, but every song is different. You know, I wrote a song for my wife, Andalucia, that's where she's from Spain. So that's the most sort of personal song of the album. I got to work with great people like Laura Pausini, like Carlos Vives and Santa Marta. So it's a personal album. I'm so honored to be nominated for Best Latin Album, so it's gonna be a fun night.
See, I was gonna ask Ayana which song was her favorite, but I feel like, are you gonna pick your hometown, the one that's represented by you?
Of course, Andalusia is my favorite song, of course.
I love it. I'm not mad at it. If there was a song about Toledo, Ohio, I'd be singing it all the time. It's been 8 years since Despacito just rocked the world. You, Daddy Yankee, Justin Bieber took the world by storm with that one. What do you think about when you look back at that time? What was sort of the most magical or surprising part of just the way that really captured all of our minds, our ears?
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that it just happened organically. You know, we didn't really plan it. It was just a fun song that I just started playing in my guitar, and then the amazing Daddy Yankee took it to a different level, and the song started blowing up. And then I get a call from Justin Bieber. He's like, "Hey, I wanna add my flavor to the song." And then it just, you know, the whole world was singing in Spanish, was dancing. It represents a lot of my culture of Puerto Rico. You know, we shot the video there. So I'm just proud of that. You know, obviously the fact that it's a big hit, that's great, but just the fact that it came from like a really honest place and it just, everybody was dancing and having a good time. That's what we want to do with Latin music.
I love it. Amen. Well, it was so good to see both of you. Have fun celebrating tonight.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure being here.